Murphy partaking in his bird watching for the day. That's a little mourning dove out on the bird bath. Okay, this is day 9. Wing is the prompt for the day. I looked through different photos for wing, and there were a lot of butterflies, of course. But then I saw this one, which I thought was cute. There's a butterfly, but I do like frogs, so I saw this one. I thought it was adorable. I love this color of ink. It's so pretty. I'm not normally a fond of green, but this is a pretty green. Nice kind of olivey green. And you see the edge of the paper, how it's turning darker? That's what I was talking about in my last video, this in the Etchr sketchbooks. It seems like the very edge is different from the rest of the paper. So in future paintings, I've tried to avoid the edge because I don't like it leaking through to the other side. So he starts to come together a little bit now. When you add the darks and lights, it starts to come alive. Sometimes I have a hard time putting a lot of darks in because it just doesn't feel right, but it ends up looking a lot better. So made him look a little bit shiny because he's got, well, I guess frogs have sort of shiny skin, but he's got water on him too. Oh, I see. See, I added a background that I liked, but I think I thought it needed to be a bit darker just to add some depth to it. So I think I just added a darker shade of green. But that's that gradient ink again. It's so cool because it's at least 2 colors, if not more. It just kind of, it's really cool. It's Jane Davenport ink. I haven't used it much up until now, and I'm glad I chose it for this project. It's really cool. Okay, day 10, and the prompt is skull. Right in the very beginning, you can see I had to smudge a little bit of black. The pen I was using dripped a big blop of black ink on top of the pumpkin, but luckily I was able to just sort of adjust the side of it, so it turned out okay. I just thought this was a cute little skeleton, and I added the pumpkin just to fill up the page because it's a weird format, this size. I'm not used to working in, I don't know, in such a small space. I usually like square sketchbooks or at least larger ones, and turn the other way with, it longer on the from top to bottom than side to side. But anyway, this turned out okay. The ink is a little a little bit blotchy compared to some of the other ones I use. I use a different kind of ink, I think, in the next one. But, it still turned out okay. Okay, this is day 11, and the prompt is rose. I did have a rough drawing underneath, but I decided just to darken it a little and clean it up before I started. I don't normally do a lot of flowers, like I said before, I didn't when I did the plant. So I kind of wanted to prepare it a little. See, what I'm drawing with is it's a watercolor pencil, and I use like a sort of a light medium gray. And as I make mistakes, I can just use a wet paintbrush and erase the lines I don't want. So I found it very useful. I use it on everything. Even on, have I used it on, I don't know if I've used it on canvas, possibly though. Now this is one of those, I think this came in the last Inktober box last year. The Sennelier ink pens, brush pens, they're really, really nice. I got them from Art Snacks. I ended up buying a second set or some additional ones. The ink lays down so evenly, and it just is so nice. If you compare that to the one next to it, and I don't know what it is about that ink, but it's just great. You can kind of see a shadow on my sketchbook. I sketch in front of a window, and at certain times of the day, of course, the sun, I fixed it. I have blinds that I turn, but I don't remember until halfway through that what I'm seeing is not what the camera's seeing. And if you can see the little spot up on the upper right corner, that's not from water, as you would. I have left water drops on it, but that was from Murphy. He's like that dog in Turner and Hooch, the one with the drooling problem. So he'll do that every once in a while and makes his own mark in my artwork. He should be coming up soon. He does make an appearance in this video someplace. Haven't been working with ink, like I said, for a while, so it starts kind of not looking like I want it to look. But once you add some darks and some lights, and then, of course, in the end, I define it a little more with some pens, it turns out more like I wanted it to look. There's my little buddy. Came up for a don't step on the wet sketchbook. Came up for a little attention. And he's back. So it gets to a point where I can't see what I'm doing anymore. So I have to stop, take a little Murphy break. So I'm using some colored microns for some of the detail. I love microns. And also, in some of the black and white ones where I've used markers, I use the Derwent line makers. Those are fantastic. So it's nice. They're waterproof, and you can get a nice thin line. Use them for like sort of cross hatching on here to show some depth. Okay, thanks for coming by and watching. Hope to see you again.